good to go.
Right. Good afternoon. My name is Jeremy Price, and I have the privilege of serving with United Way of Pickens County. United Way of Pickens County serves the entire county, but we are based out of Easley. Offices are located at the old West End building. A lot of you may know it by the Foothills Playhouse close to there. So briefly, I'm just going to talk about what are some of the things that we do in the community. What are some of the things that we offer, and how do we try to become engaged with the community to identify issues and obstacles and barriers that are keeping people from reaching the goals and reaching the success that they want. So one of those tools is the Tough Times Toolkit. You can find this on our website. That's www.uwpc.org. Go there, put in the search engine Tough Times Toolkit. And what that is that is a list, a book of all the resources in Pickens County, and then also in some of our sister counties. So what is a resource? Well, if you're in need of food, it will list all of the food pantries in the county, as well as give times when they are open and kind of what paperwork you may need. Also, utility assistance, rental assistance, all of those agencies in the county that work with that are listed. Also, if you need something simple as formula or diapers for a baby, who in Pickens County may be able to offer that kind of help? That's going to be in the Tough Times Toolkit. So definitely recommend if you are in need to jump online and www.uwpc.org. Tough Times Toolkit. We do have that in English as well as in Spanish. So that's one of the resources. Another one that may be easier for most, you can simply dial 211. So from your cell phone, you just punch in 211, much like 911, but this is 211. Enter in your zip code, and it'll give you the same information. What are your needs? What are you looking for? Another example would be perhaps like school supplies. You could call 211 and find what agencies in the area may be offering school supplies. So that's another great resource. It's a resource that United Way pays for and provides for in this community, and we want you to be able to use it. There's also a 211 app that you can install on your phone. So that's another great resource. A couple of the programs that we offer here at United Way of Pickens County. First and foremost, with this time of year, we do offer free tax preparation. Not a lot of people are aware of that. But if you have a household income of $60,000 or less, we have a team of volunteers that are certified to prepare taxes through the IRS. They have to take a certification test, but they will actually do your taxes for free. And so if that is something that is interesting to you, which it should be, who wants to have to pay to have their taxes prepared, right? Heard some stories out in Pickens County, people paying anywhere from $300, $400, $500 to get their taxes returned. We much prefer that you keep that money in your household in Pickens County and allow us to prepare it free by one of our expert certified IRS volunteers. So again, to obtain an appointment for that service, it's generally open the first week of February until the middle of April. You just dial 211. Dial 211 and you can get your tax appointment to have your taxes prepared free. We also offer a lot of personal finance tools for those that are tired of living paycheck to paycheck, to those that just can't seem to get ahead, to those that are just feel like they are under so much weight and in such a ditch with debt. We do offer one-on-one coaching sessions for those in Pickens County, and we can kind of cater that to however much information you feel like you need. So what does that entail? We do basic budgeting. We talk about credit. We talk about debt. We talk about how to reduce debt, and then how to increase income. So I know there are a lot in this community that would be helpful information to you. Just know that your local United Way of Pickens County, has those services that are here for you, and they are free. So again, that four-letter word, free. We have free taxes and then free personal finance classes as well. All right, so that being said, I do want to take a little bit of time this afternoon to talk about some basic personal finance concepts. Okay, so let's all think about a time when we may have been in a position to where we wanted to make a major purchase, whether that was at Walmart, whether that was at a car dealership, or whether that was deciding on where we wanted to eat. For some of us, we can make major purchases when we go out to eat. Um, there is an acronym for some things that you should do, kind of a mental checklist that you should go through before you make a major purchase. So let's say that we are wanting to buy a brand new TV, and it happens to be a holiday weekend where they are on sale and you feel like that you might have an opportunity to get a great deal, right? And so this acronym is called SAVED, and the S stands for stop. You want to stop for a mental break before making a decision. A lot of the decisions that are made that people regret financially are impulse decisions. Some of you may know this, but the racks at the front of the store that are by the cash register, they are actually called impulse racks. And so those areas are designed for you to purchase things that you did not intend on going into that store and purchase. And if you have children with you, it's really painful because they put a lot of stuff there that is appealing to a child. Same way if you go down on the grocery aisle, the cereal aisle, notice next time those little hang strips that go on there for the add-on sales, 90% are appealing to children. That's by design. That's not an accident. So being aware. So stop for a mental break-in before you make that impulsive decision. Ask a question about cost and risk. So what most understand what a cost is, how much that item is going to cost you to be able to take it out of the store. But what is a risk? Well, the risk is what is going to happen to me, to my family, when we don't have this money in the future. In other words, if I spend $500 on a TV this evening, that's great. That's great for the family. We've got a brand new TV. But what if you have a tire that blows out, or you need some car repairs and you don't have access to that money anymore? That would be a risk. So you want to ask, is it worth the risk? You also want to verify and check what you're told. So what does that mean? When you're asking questions about a major purchase, hopefully you're asking about warranties, what is required to return the item, how long do you have to return the item, etc. So verifying what you are being told. You want to estimate your total cost for that item over the extended period of time. So this is more important when you're thinking about a car purchase, when you think about gas mileage, how much that's going to cost, and et cetera, et cetera. But estimate the cost of what it's going to cost to have this additional item now in your household and pulling from your income. And you want to decide whether the cost and values are worthwhile for you. Okay. So these are several things that you want to think about. Our recommendation is that you think about them not for 3 minutes, not for 5 minutes, but on a major purchase, that you sleep on it overnight. And there is nothing wrong with telling a salesperson, or sometimes, right, we have to tell our spouse or children that we have to wait. That's hard. But there's nothing wrong with telling them that we need to wait and just kind of think about it. Studies show that those that do that usually wake up the next day and say, really, I don't need this. It's more of a want. And so that's an important differentiation to understand, is a need versus a want. Okay. So when you're about to make that big decision, and a lot of times major financial decisions are made around this time, made around tax time, when there is extra income in the household, possibly through a refund of certain tax credits, etc. And so thinking about, is this a purchase that is going to be good for our family for the long haul? Or should we think about putting a little bit away and savings for a rainy day. I always encourage people during tax time, go ahead and put away money in a safe place for the next school year, because every school year, the children need new clothes. They've grown out of the old ones. They need supplies, etc. And that is not cheap, right? That is not cheap. And that is an expense that you don't normally have. So if you don't budget for that, if you don't save for that, then more than likely that's going to be a strain on whatever pay period that falls on. So just a couple of things to think about. I also wanted to touch on the fact a lot of people are aware of this, but then there are some that are not aware. And that is that you can have access to your credit report up to 3 times a year. So the major credit bureaus that report on credit, you can actually reach out to them and request a copy of your credit report for free once a year. Now, there's a couple of ways you can do this. You can jump online, super easy, request all three at one time. We don't recommend that. We recommend you kind of spread it out. Generally speaking, it's going to be somewhat similar information, but you can actually do that at a website, annualcreditreport.com. And this is put through by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. So I will warn you, when you jump online to start pulling credit reports, et cetera, there are a lot of scammers. There are a lot out there that want to charge you for this. These reports should be free to you at least once a year from the 3 different credit bureaus. So don't pay for it. But this is from the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, which is a government agency. And so you can order those, and some people will tell me, well, Jeremy, it doesn't matter. My credit score is terrible anyway. It's never going to go up. Well, we do think it's important because there's stuff on there other than that deals with credit. It talks about where you've lived, and you may have stuff on there that you're not aware of. We find a lot that there are medical bills that people have forgotten about from 5 or 6 years ago that are showing up on their credit report and bringing that credit score down. So want to make sure that that's not the case for you. I will share with you a quick story. I think it's okay. I'm not going to share any names, but worked with a young lady who was right out of high school, and she didn't feel like she had any kind of credit score because she had never applied for a credit card, never bought a car, never enlisted the help of any kind of credit issuers. And so we pulled her credit report, and there were several things on there from a local retail charge card, another bank charge card. Anyway, she did not open those, and come to find out, her mother had when she was 10 or 11 or 12, and it was affecting her credit score. But she never did pull her credit score, she would not have known that. And so by doing that, it gave her the opportunity to dispute that, therefore increasing her credit score. So even if you don't feel like you can do much with your credit, which is not true, you can repair your credit. It takes time, it takes dedication, and it takes patience, but you can do it. But there may be things on there that you are not aware of for that. So that being said, I just want to recap. United Way of Pickens County is here to serve this community, here to serve Pickens County. We are located here in Easley. If you are in need of resources, or if you know of someone that's in need of resources, please do not hesitate to reach out to me or anyone else on the team here. Would love to connect with many of you through these personal finance classes so that we can try to work with you to give you the tools to where you can get your head above the water financially. So if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. Appreciate your time this evening, and we're here for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Price, for hopping on with us this evening. I'm sure our parents are greatly appreciative for all the information and for the resources you listed in your presentation. For our parents, just a reminder, Mr. Price has left us with some handouts and information. We'll have those here at the school. You may request them through email or phone call, and we'll be happy to send them home with your kids. But I believe that's it. And again, thank you for your time, Mr. Price.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.